What's going on, guys? It is your boy Meteoric LH back at again with another video, and this is gonna be a different type of video. As you guys know, I love Transformers, like the Michael Bay movies. That is my childhood. Transformers 2007 is the very first movie I ever saw in theaters. I love the franchise. I love everything about it, but it does not shy away from its criticisms. So I kind of want to give some of my criticisms that I have at the franchise in the whole. If you do like this kind of video, be sure to let me know in the comments below. I'll probably do this with the MCU, DCU, and etc., etc. But Transformers is where I want to start off with, and I'll even do this with some anime. Unless you guys want me to do like Hitman Reborn, Toradora, Black Clover, Attack on Titan, like series that I like, that I can hopefully criticize because of stuff. Case in point, we're gonna start with Michael Bay. My first thing is I did not like the fact that he would introduce characters in movies and then just kill them off without giving us anything about it. Like, that was one of my probably most biggest problems with it. The one that pissed me off the most is obviously not being biased because I love Jazz. I was not going to use him. Is the RC triplets. RC is one of the most fan-loved, beloved characters in all of Transformers, like media. Same thing with Shockwave, and I will get to him as well. Shockwave. You introduce two characters of them. You barely give them any screen time, and then you kill them off instantly. What is the point of introducing them then, at that point? You should have just let them die. You shouldn't even introduce them. It is known by like everybody that Michael Bay never wanted RC in the films, and he only put them in there because the studio at Hasbro wanted him to, which is understandable. But supposedly you wanted Shockwave in. You had all these scenes planned. You didn't put any of them in the Dark of the Moon, and you killed them off. When he barely got I don't even think he got over 5 to 10 minutes of screen time. And his driller got more screen time than fucking him, which makes no damn sense. Shockwave is one of the most fan-loved characters. He's one of the coolest Transformers of all time. That's one thing. I don't understand why you did that, but that's just it. Another thing, the focus on the humans was way too prevalent. But honestly, that's just me. But that's a main complaint that everybody has. I also don't like how you only highlighted two Transformers in the entire fucking franchise. First off, in the 2007, you had I think that's what we can all say, that's the best Autobot cast ever. That's the best cast of Autobots because you have everything you want. You got Bumblebee, you got Jazz, you got Ironhide, Ratchet, and Optimus. That's the best cast that we ever got in live action. I think that was fantastic. And the Decepticons, Starscream, and Megatron, Barricade. You could add Soundwave and Shockwave as well, but that cast was really solid as well. I think the best Decepticon cast that we got, probably Dark of the Moon. That might be just my opinion, though. I think that's the best one that we have for them, but you only focused on two members of the Autobots, and you only focused on Megatron. And you didn't even focus on Megatron for anything past 2007. 2007, great. You focus on Megatron. He's the big bad in the movie, which is understandable. You focused on him like that, which them focusing on Megatron, making him seem actually very fucking threatening by killing Jazz was amazing. And him beating Optimus's ass the entire fucking time in the movie was great. 2009, Revenge of the Fallen, you take like everything away from Megatron. He's not as threatening, he's not as cool, and you make him a bitch to the Fallen. And it gets even more precedent in Dark of the Moon. He's even more of a bitch in Dark of the Moon. He's a pussy. He's Sentinel's bitch in that movie. So it's just more and more that you personally give less time on them. You focus it on the other main antagonist in the movie, which is the Fallen, who's one of the worst Transformers villains ever, who had so much potential. One of the worst Transformers villain ever, and then one of the best Transformers villains in the entire franchise was Sentinel Prime. But Sentinel is understandable, but you backburn Starscream, Megatron, Soundwave, Shockwave, just for it to be just back on Optimus and Bumblebee, basically. And that's the main problem that I have with the entire franchise. You put the spotlight on those two Autobots the entire time, and that's what I'm hoping Rise of the Beast in the new Transformers universe does not do. Because I'm going to be 100% honest with you, Bumblebee is my least, like, this just might be just the hater in me, but I'm not even hating. He is my least favorite Transformer. Just the simple fact that we have gotten him in every single thing, and I want to see new Transformers. I want to see a Wheeljack. I want to see some RC. I want to see Ironhide, Ratchet, fucking Jazz, Cliff Jumper, all of those Autobots. I want to see them but we get the same two. Bumblebee and Optimus, and it makes sense that we get those two because those are the two most recognizable faces, and Bumblebee is the most recognizable Transformer of all time, probably more recognizable than Optimus Prime in this generation. I know back then, the G1 era, it's probably Optimus and Megatron, but Bumblebee is the most marketable out of the three because he caters to it. Because he has his own fucking solo movie, which honestly, I have my own different opinions about that. I feel like that's just 2007 with the female character and better writing, but that's just me because I don't think that movie is that great. I think that might be one of the most overrated movies in the whole Transformers media, but that's just my opinion. Yeah, I just don't like the fact that you focus on two characters. Yeah, they're pretty cool and all, but they have so much things that it's in Transformers that you can do. You can do a hot rod. You can have Wheeljack, Blur, Ironhide, Ratchet, Jazz, RC, Alita 1, the Dinobots, Grimlock, Swoop, and all of them. You can get in some animated. You can introduce Wasp, Bulkhead. The Wreckers were fantastic characters you can introduce. There's so many. Mirage, Dino, Sideswiping, Sunstreaker, even. The Aerial bots and the Protecto bots. You have all these amazing characters for Autobots that kids can relate to. But you pick Bumblebee and Optimus. And then Decepticons. That's just my problems with it. I have other problems, obviously, but there's not really anything else I can talk about because the Betaverse is done. So anything that are my problems is probably what everybody else has. But that is my biggest problem, and that's what I kind of hope the Travis Knight universe or the Bumblebeeverse or the rebooted continuity of Transformers doesn't do. I really hope that they don't focus just solely on Bumblebee and Optimus. Like, I really want them to have diversity into this. And y'all know I love me some Jazz. That's my favorite character. So I was disappointed when I realized that he wasn't going to be in this movie, even though Mirage took his whole vehicle from G1, but that's not neither here nor there. But I'm happy we're getting some different Autobots instead of the ones that we always see. I'm happy we're finally getting RC live action instead of the abysmal thing that he put in Transformers Revenge of the Fallen, what Michael Bay did. I'm happy that we're seeing the Predacons and the Maximals, even though I'm not a fan of Beast Wars, but to each their own. But I'm happy we're getting Optimus Primal and Scourge and all of those guys. I want more Autobots in here. Maybe, I know Cliffjumper's dead, so I can't see him. Maybe Brawn's dead too. He got killed in Bumblebee. Maybe some Ironhide action. Maybe some Ratchet action, even though we see Ratchet a lot. Blur would be amazing to see. Long Arm would be cool. Or you can do the longer theme and have him be secretly a Shockwave, like Animated Dude. We can get some Bulkhead in here. So obviously Jazz, Sunstreaker, Sideswipe. We get more Autobots in the movies, and then Decepticons. We finally get the Seekers in here because I don't understand why they have never been introduced. Because I love the Seekers. What about some Thundercracker action, some Skywarp, the Starscream, obviously, Soundwave, who is my favorite Decepticon, Shockwave, Megatron. Obviously, we get more of those characters in this new universe and have them have more focus instead of us just being used to what we get. But anyway, that's really just my little opinion on it. That's my problem with the Bayverse. This is just kind of like a little rant. Yeah, I don't really have anything else to say. Because everything that everybody probably kind of complains about with this is what I have. Now I can turn these movies on. The only one that I refuse to ever rewatch, I've only seen it once, is The Last Knight. And I always enjoy something about the movie. Last Night, I don't really like anything besides... Yeah, actually, I don't really like anything about The Last Night. That's the worst Transformers movie ever. I can find something out on each one of them, watch it, and enjoy it. These movies were my childhood, so obviously I'm going to enjoy them. Bumblebee, I don't really like as much as everybody else, but even I still recognize it's an amazing film, and it's the best. That's the best one out of all of them. My personal favorite is 2007 because that's the one that has the most attachment for me. That's the one I remember going to see when I was a little kid. That's the very first movie I ever saw in the theater, so it has a bunch of emotional value for me. But I'd be lying to say if it's the best one, because honestly, the best one in the Bay films might have to be Dark of the Moon, if I'm being 100% honest. But anyway, that's kind of it for today's video. I'm sorry, it's just a little quick rant. It's not really formalized anywhere good, but yeah. This has been your boy, Meteoric LH. and I'll catch you guys later. And a quick word about the Transformers rewrite. I recorded it again, and I edited it, and I downloaded it to my files on my PC. That bitch was nowhere to be found, so I gotta remake it again. But anyway, this has been your boy, Meteoric LH. Catch you guys later. Have a great day. Peace.